Broadcast Ashtar Command for protection around everyone in the Christ frequency. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters, the special Ashtar Command Q&A tonight. This is a special Ashtar Command broadcast, and I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Good to see everybody coming in here. Again, welcome to Friday night with the Ashtar Command. I'm CmdrAleon. Vanessa, welcome. Mark Jackson, Morgan, Wendy, Sean, let's see, Kay Smith, hello. Good evening. Jeffrey, good evening, everybody. Wendy, good evening. And tonight's for, hey, Marinette, peace, love, and light. Alley Cat, thanks for the likes. And tonight, SML, Lake, good to see you. Cluster, DJ Sauce, Pooh, Cultural Commentator, Jose, welcome. User 335, Kit Kat, welcome to the show. This is Ace, Mediator 53. Good to see you, Maribel. Good to see you, Mercury Man, Jane. Everybody coming in here. Kit Kat, thank you. Everyone coming, Edward Kennedy, Molly Luster, EFJS, welcome. Trisha Marie, welcome. I think it's Phil something, Awake 9097. Nicolette, welcome. Jay, welcome to the show. Jay Peterson, Jane, thank you for the sharing the live. Greetings, everybody. Snow White, Hyper, welcome. Kay Smith, Jerry, everyone can I buy for us? Good to see you. Snow White, thank you for the follow. This is going to be a really focused Ashtar Command broadcast. It's going to be Q&A. So what we're going to be doing is teaching people about the Ashtar Command, taking your questions and answers. Since that's my background, Alley Cat, hello. I've learned so much about space through you. I love the stories about abductions in countries. Abduction encounters, I think you're saying. Good evening, Rita. Good to see you, Morgan. Thank you for the likes. I'm just looking at everybody coming in here. Hey, Nicolette, good to see you. Clem Stacks, Ray, welcome to our show. This is our Ashtar Command special. Monique, welcome to the show. We're on here a little bit earlier, so we're just getting kind of set up here. Hey, Tracy, Faith, Lloyd, Dylan, Be Loved, Amy Robillion, for all our relatives, good to see you. Laura J, Failed Cap, hey, Failed Cap, welcome. So I'm glad everyone's coming in here. We're a little bit early, only a couple minutes early to 11 o'clock Eastern. Very good. And all our shows are recorded on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. All my past shows are on YouTube. Noani1111, good evening. Laura J, Ron A, My Cup of Tea, welcome. Mitchell, welcome to the show. Bill Spencer, 109. Rebel, welcome to the show. So I'm CmdrAleon. We'll get started in just a little bit. Mike O'Donnell. Linda Hosley, I think it is. James, welcome to our show. Alien, welcome to our show. Good to have people coming in here. Sassy Scorpio 78, welcome to our Ashtar Command Q&A. Glad to have you with us. Let me just do this here. Give me a moment. Whoops. Let's see. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see if I could. Just do this here. Okay, I just sent a message to one of my friends. Hopefully they'll be on. We'll see what happens here. Okay, switching to my tablet. My phone is dying, just me, my name, and I just joined. Hey, Walter, welcome to the show. And we're at 10:56, so we're a little bit early here, but we are here. And we are here to focus on the beautiful aspects of our space brothers and sisters. Hey, Karen 82, known as the Ashtar Galactic Command or Ashtar Command. And we do this on Friday evenings. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, Johnny Miller. Robin, welcome. Samuel Lawrence, thank you for the follow. Three Divas, Jeff 61, Stretch 22. Hey, Len Gaffney, welcome to our Ashtar Command show tonight. Johnny, good evening. Good to see you. Karen 82, hello from Arizona, Commander. Good to see you, Aston Haas. Alicia, good to see you. Hello, good evening, everyone. David Allen Guy, good evening. Bobby Andrews, welcome to our show. Down the Rabbit Hole, good evening. And again, this is our Friday night show focused on the Ashtar Command, which are the positive space star people. There are many people that don't know of the Ashtar Command, and there are some that do. I represent, when I'm not doing this, I represent the Ashtar Command. 1,000%. We want to hold on the evidence for tonight because of the focus of the show. We will do that Saturday night. James, can we hold off on that for Saturday night? That would be good. Yes, Sunday. Okay. Hey, Bernie, welcome to the show. Everybody coming here. I think I'm trying to catch all the names. Carla Kayla, thank you for the follow. Miss Milia, Eddie Stare, I guess it is. Al Ward, greetings. We're glad to have everybody here. We're almost at 11 p.m. And we should be getting started in just a few minutes. And we do share stories about UFOs, but tonight is our special night dealing with the Ashtar Command. Lavola, welcome to the show. Tonight is an Ashtar Command focus with the star people. Danny, good evening. Clarence, welcome to Encounters, the Ashtar Command Q&A show. El Servet, I think Servet, Zen Warrior 369, welcome. Rachel Mays, Pia Lauren, Kim, hello. Let's see. Thank you for joining us. Ben, thank you for joining us. Laura J, thank you for the hat. We appreciate all the follows. Arizona, welcome. Jimmy something, welcome. Thank you, K. Kim. Mandy, welcome. So for people that don't know my background, besides doing radio and this program, oh, Emma, good to see you, Emma Long. I work with a thing or a group known as the Ashtar Command. I came here, I actually purposely came to Earth on mission to liberate the planet from the program. Young Skywalker, welcome to the show. So we're on all our human bodysuits. I call this the human bodysuit, when in truth, I came from off planet. I came here, I chose to come here. I had Earth parents like everybody else. But as I got older, I got activated. I started to remember who I was. And by remembering who I was able to do my mission work. I've had many sightings of what people call UFOs, but they're spaceships. I kind of decipher a UFO versus a spaceship. I've had many of those over the years. And I had my first contact experience as a kid with space people that wore light blue outfits or blue uniforms or space outfits in a cul-de-sac looking at me through the window of my second floor house. I looked at them back and they were telepathically communicating. That was my first visual experience of space people. My experiences were all positive. No abductions, nothing like that. I came here because I came here on a mission. And I was reminded by seeing certain types of spaceships that I had a mission on Earth to accomplish, to do. Okay? And there's a lot there to do. And when I got on TikTok, which was 2023, I met some beautiful people. I met a lot of beautiful people. But I also met people that I am working with that are also going off planet, that are representing the best of who we are, the very foundation of love of who we are. And these people are in human form too. And that's important to know, that we have a connection, that we have a beautiful connection of love. And love is the frequency that we operate on. That's the frequency of the command. The frequency is the frequency of love, of light, of understanding. You know, none of this earth-based stuff where people are always, it seems to be in conflict on this planet with each other. So I'm speaking from an Ashtar Command perspective, not a talk show host perspective tonight. And that's the way I will be speaking this whole program, as CmdrAleon. And what does the word commander mean? Let me define that for people. When we call ourselves a commander, it has nothing to do with a military terminology. It has everything to do with the spiritual understanding of who we are, that we are in control of our own spiritual being. Susan Mary, welcome. That we're in control of our own spiritual being. No one else controls us. And if someone would try to control us, they could not, because we know who we are. And usually if someone tries to control you, it's because they don't know who they are. That's why they want to control you. If they don't know who they are, they will try to do that. If you're in commandership of your own spirit, no one can control you. So when people say they're from the Ashtar Command and they come from that level, that's because they come from the level of understanding and love, the very foundation of love and understanding that brings us together. And that's really the most important thing we can do. You know, so as I give you a little bit of an education about Ashtar Command, understand they are Christed beings of light. Good evening, Grandma. Christed beings of light that work in the very strongest foundation of love. So we're not going to get into the technical aspects of spaceships because it's not to do with spaceships. Thank you, Mandy. It has to do with the opening and the liberation of consciousness, the opening and the liberation of oneself. On Earth, people tend to be self-absorbed, very much in my experience, very self-absorbed into themselves and self-absorbed into what they see in front of them, very much so. Instead of being self-absorbed, instead of looking at the wider picture, they look at the little square box. They see the square box. They understand that they're in a self-absorbed state of consciousness, so to speak. Do you understand? Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Hey, Flower Power. So my teachings tonight will have questions and answers. We'll have your questions, and I'll give you certainly answers. Hopefully, if April comes on, she can share a great deal of wisdom from her perspective, and she has a great deal of wisdom to share. So we're hoping We're hoping that she's able to come on tonight. And so we'll get into any questions you might have, any understandings that you do, or things you don't understand about star people and what a star person is or a star being is versus just a regular extraterrestrial. There's a big difference between extraterrestrials and star beings, star people, people that are Christed beings, that are from other planetary worlds of peace. So that there's a lot to understand and absorb in this kind of discussion. And it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. So as we go and to speak on this thing, as I'm thinking and going through deep thoughts in terms of what I say here, there is a great change coming to Earth. A great change that most people need to get ready for. A change that will transform in the way people live on Earth, in the way we perceive reality, in the way we communicate with each other, in the way we relate to each other. That change is coming. Whether people believe that change is coming is a belief system. Everybody has a belief system on Earth. Whether you believe or not believe, that's an Earth-based judgment. It has nothing to do with the reality of what's coming, though. You can have tons of beliefs, but the reality is there's change, cosmic change, galactic change coming to this solar system, to this universe, to this particular planet. Not just Earth, every single planet, every single solar system in this universe, it will be affected by what's coming. Other planets will be affected just like Earth. Every single planet. The problem with Earth is Earth thinks it's the only planet that's going through any kind of change, when in fact every single planet in our universe is going through change and will elevate to a certain specific frequency. Jim says how? Because we're now going into a vibrational pattern, what I call the Christed frequency of light. You won't see it, but you're going to feel it. Well, you will eventually see it. What you'll see is when the galactic ships start appearing in the skies above this planetary system, you will then know and finally wake up to the understanding that you are not ever and never have been alone in this universe. And I say universe. I don't say Earth. I say the universe. Hey, Cliff, good evening. So as we speak of these things, understand to prepare yourselves for what is coming. And if you're not preparing yourselves for what is coming, or you don't believe what is coming, you need to understand it is happening. It's starting to happen now. It's starting to happen now. There's billions of people on Earth, but not everybody knows what's going on yet. It's going to take some time. Some people are going to be kind of shocked because they're not awake. They're going to be going about their day, and all of a sudden something's going to happen that's going to shake the foundations of who they are, of their belief system. Hey, Spiritual Spot. Nev Jim Bob. So star people are not just galactic, but universal and beyond. Yes. Star people are universal. How much time is going to take? We've been waiting forever. Well, you shouldn't be waiting. You should be acting. So the truth. See, this is the thing. For humans who've been waiting for contact, all you've had to do is for years focus on your inner spiritual guidance and not wait for anything. Be proactive within yourself, not outside yourself. If you want to have contact, it's there right at your front door, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. Contact, that's right, comes from within. It doesn't come outside of you. It comes within you. All the answers, it seems like people say go within, go within. People don't understand what that means. When I say go within, it means go within. It means learn how to meditate and focus on Christ consciousness first, which is the key part, and then asking who your star family is. But you have to start, hey, Taz, you have to start with the understanding of going within, connecting with the cosmic Christed consciousness, which is real. It's not something you're going to feel. Well, you'll feel it, but you have to live it. You have to focus. You have to practice. So when people are saying they're waiting, they've been waiting, I tell people, what are you waiting for all these years? You're supposed to be doing the work, not waiting. No one's supposed to be waiting. Everyone's supposed to be doing the work. You live here, breathe it, live it, do it. You want contact, you have to meditate, you have to go within, you have to learn how to focus. I'm bad at meditation. There's no bad at meditation. You just have to focus. You just have to let go and focus. You're not bad at anything. You just have to learn how to do it. I'm Manadot. Good to see you. Michelle, good evening. Hey, Spiritual Spot. James, welcome to our Ashtar Command Q&A. Right. Trust your meditation, not others. That's the key point. Keep letting go of your thoughts during meditation. Yes, Tanya Rice, absolutely true. There's not one person that's bad at meditation. Hey, Rod, good to see you. And if you don't know how to meditate, don't think it's hard that you can't do it or you're not able to do the meditation. You can. You just have to allow yourself to be in that state. Okay? It's really, really important. And I was thinking about that today for tonight's broadcast. I found I can day dread M and it took off the pressure. Yeah, spirit. Hey, yeah, spirit. Are you okay tonight? I'm definitely doing good. I'm just really focused. I'm very focused on what's going on here with the planet. I feel the energy of the planet. So I feel for all of humanity. I feel for everyone. And when I'm in this state of consciousness, well, how are you doing? We're doing good, Serena. We know that there's so much going on our planet here and in our universe and all the people that we love and care about. You know, the Ashtar Command comes in a place of total love. The Ashtar Command doesn't come in any other place but love. The frequencies that we share are love. That's the key frequency. You see? When we operate in that mode and we can learn as human beings to act in the mode of love. Now, I'm not talking physical love. I'm talking about spiritual love. When we can become spiritually as a whole planet in love with each other, in the foundation of that consciousness, as is existing on other planetary systems, we are able now to live with the spiritual worlds of peace, the planetary worlds of peace, to be part of that foundation. Do you understand? The seeds of cosmic change are here. The seeds of cosmic change are here. Every seed that's planted can become a flower. Each of you are that seed, believe it or not. You are. And if your seed takes root, that flower will grow. And when the flower grows, what happens? It spreads everywhere until it cannot be stopped. But you have to plant the seed into the consciousness in order for it to awaken. See? My phone went dead last night. Did the ship show up for you guys? Oh, I don't know what's going on with your phone or anything. So the understanding and the foundation that the galactic forces of light are here for is to assist our planet, but not be the ones to fix our planet. They will come here collectively to work with humanity for those that are awake to assist helping our planet. We are the ones, when contact happens, that will be the ones to do the work. Yes, there will be help. There will be assistance to clean our waters and things, but they will not do all the work for us. We have to take responsibility for our planet. Taz, welcome. We are the ones who need to be responsible for what we do to our planet. And if we are not responsible, we just need to realize we need to be. Yeah, there'll be time for that too, Michelle. So there will be med beds, which we've talked about before. I know that April has spoken about it, Friends with Fairies, the med beds on the ship. There will be med beds that will be available to humanity once we have physically had contact in a much wider framework, right? Hey, there she is. So I'm going to bring April on here, and that's important to have us both here to help you. She might just have gotten home. So I got April on here. She's what I call, she's not my physical sister, but she's my sister. Good evening, Commander.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I was just giving people an introduction to what we're doing here and how important it is for people to understand the Ashtar Command and the mission work and the things you're doing to enlighten people, which is beautiful and very much something I will always protect, is you. And I know you do the same for me. So it's like we're sisters and brothers. April and I have a relationship that is so important, and nothing can ever break that. Don't get the idea that we have a relationship like an earth-based thing going here, but we're talking more sister and brotherly. Hey, welcome, April. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I'm going to turn over to you. I gave sort of some introduction as to things here. And this is a night, this is our targeted night for our Ashtar Command information to bring people more aware of why the Ashtar Command is here. April has been on the ships a number of times. She's met my mother and father, Robar and Luna, my two sisters, my brother. She's got her own family, and there's a whole beautiful story behind it. And something beautiful is going to happen April 13th. Rain or no rain, it doesn't matter to me. We're going to be there. I'll be standing in the rain. I don't care, or sitting in the rain. So I'm going to turn it over to April. Everybody, give a warm welcome to my commander and dear friend April up in Vermont.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's get into this real quick because the commander doesn't know this yet. But 2 nights ago, it was like very early in the morning before sunset. I mean before sunrise, and I had a visit. So I actually had gotten up, went into my kitchen. I was getting something to drink, and it was like really early before the sun had even come up. And I was thirsty, and of course half asleep, and I had forgotten a few things and like went back and forth to my room a couple of times. And anyways, as I'm walking into my kitchen, a light comes through the middle of my kitchen, like right next to my table, like this whole
Hmm.
rift, like it looked like a lightning bolt going
Hmm.
down into my kitchen. And I'm just like standing there, and I'm like disbelief of what I'm seeing because I was half asleep, you know. 'Cause I just woke
Oh
up.
my
I was
God.
actually just thirsty, and um and and I'm in my nightshirt and big slippers, and um I mean, I looked crazy. I looked, my hair
Oh man.
wasn't nobody like nobody needed to see that, but
Right, right.
and so anyways, this like lightning rift come just like appears, and it goes down to the ground, and all of a sudden I see these fingers go through. They're like gloved fingers go through,
Oh my gosh.
spread it apart like it was pulling apart a like a curtain, like pulling apart a curtain. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't the space being that showed himself to me when I was listening to the music that day that I got those photos,
Yeah.
doesn't he come walking through, and he's tall, and like I because I didn't see his whole body, I only saw like his head and his helmet the first time, but his whole body came through, and he steps
Oh my
through,
gosh.
and then the bearded one comes through, and then two more come through. By the
Oh my
way,
God.
his name is Nick. And then the other one introduced himself, and then the other two walked through, and they said their names, but I don't ask me to repeat them because I couldn't even try to pronounce them, and I'm not going
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
the
don't
step
worry.
through, and these are the actual Ashtar Command that are posted at inside of my home. When they
Yes.
listen, when they came through this rift, I kind of peeped inside when they were pulling it apart, and it looked like they were in some kind of security office. It was weird. There was a
Oh wow.
crystallized desk in there, and like monitors and a seat
Really?
there, but then it closed really quick, so I didn't get to look to see what else. I was being super
we,
nosy.
we we can't let April see this now. She'll think we're in a regular office. We made this look like an Earth based office for her protection.
Right. So anyway, so they're two by two standing alongside where this rift was, and then the rift, goes down and kind of disappears. Well, then
Hmm.
they pull these devices, each one of them pull these devices off of their like belts. They had like these there was like these weird like thin belt things on their suit,
Really?
along with their helmets, and then they had these like things, cloak things thrown over their shoulders, like
Wow.
army style, and they had
Yeah,
their
yeah,
helmets
yeah.
on. Some of their helmets were down over their face, and some of them weren't. Like the one with the beard, his wasn't completely covering his face, but
Really? Okay.
his whole face.
Yeah.
They each wore a little differently, the helmets,
Yeah.
but so anyways, they pull these like circular devices off of these belts that they had on, and they
Oh
also
wow.
put their hands for and side by side, each one of them, so they had four devices, and then they like waved it down really quickly, and when they did that, this other rift opened up. This
What
other
is
like
that?
bolt thing opens up, and then the two that were standing closest to it reach their
Yeah.
hand in it and pull it open like it's a curtain. And then the two that were standing closest to me like kind of bowed and like waved their hand and like go in. So I'm like, okay. So I'm pulling down the back of my nightgown because it was a
Oh my gosh.
size t-shirt. So I'm like hoping nobody's gonna see my casonas, and I'm trying to
Oh
cover.
my gosh.
And so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
pulling it down, and I'm stepping through, and then I'm thinking I'm going to be too big to fit into this rift, so I'm
Oh
turning
my
sideways,
gosh.
and I'm trying not to trip over because didn't go all the way down to the ground. So I'm like stepping in all crazy, trying to suck it in
Oh
and trying to
man.
get through this rift. Anyways, I just should have just walked through, but I didn't know because I'd never been in one. You know,
You never been when you didn't know how that works.
no. So anyways, I squeezed myself in, look all crazy doing it, but I did it. Listen, when I come out the
Yeah.
other side, I'm standing in my mountains up by my old woods.
Wait a
The
minute. You were going through this thing. You were in the mountains.
When I came out the other side, I was up in my mountains next to the old one.
Wow.
Okay, so I walked down. So, and I'm mind you guys, I'm awake. I'm not dreaming this. I'm fully awake.
Right. This. She's awake when this is happening. Absolutely.
So I was in my kitchen getting something to drink. Anyway, so I go through this rift, and I'm standing at the small trail that goes, because you have to travel up this main trail up in my mountain, and this is a long hike to get there, because the old woods are way up in the mountains. And anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm there's this little trail that kind of goes off that the fairies keep clear for me, so I can get into the old woods when I want
Mm.
to. So anyways, there's a small trail, and halfway down the trail, the sisters and Knockanook are standing there waiting for me. So I'm like,
Oh
okay.
wow.
I walked up to them, and they didn't say a word, not a word to me. All of them had this very serious look about them. And I'm like,
Really?
okay, so I knew something important was going to happen. So I'm like trying to straighten myself up, and we just started walking like immediately. So I'm trying to pull my nightgown down, and it was cold,
Yeah.
I wasn't in the suit. So I was just in my pajamas, and it was cold. So I'm
Mm.
like walking, and I'm trying to, and it was a very short walk, so it wasn't like a big deal, but and I'm walking with them, and I'm trying to pull my stuff down, and as I'm walking, I see all these lights coming from in between the trees. Like, these are
Oh my
huge,
gosh.
Commander. These are huge trees, and these trees are like hundreds of feet high. These trees have been there for
Right.
hundreds of years.
Are
Now,
those lights spaceships, I think?
um, let me finish. Let me get there.
Okay.
Now,
I'm jumping ahead of you. Go ahead.
okay, so we walk down the trail, and I'm seeing these lights like coming through the trees, right? They're not like a whole bunch of lights. It's like just light coming through the trees. So we get there, and I can see the opening, and I can see inside. Now, in the middle of the old woods is the clearings. You know those clearings where I tell you where the spaceships land, and the Fae keep clear for, and the Bigfoots keep clear for when ships land, or when they, come down and do whatever they're gonna do. This is one of those spots. So, and it's beautiful all the way around it, but nothing grows in the middle of these trees, and like right smack dab in the middle, and it's a pretty wide area. So, anyways, this whole area is just lit up by this beam of light coming from nowhere, from up in the sky.
Wow.
I'm assuming was a cloaked ship pu-
Yeah.
putting down this huge beam over this area. Smack dab in the middle of this light is an eyeball shaped table. It's one of the tables from the ships. Okay,
Oh wow.
one of those white, crystal shaped tables, but it's in the shape of an eyeball. Okay, and then there's seats all around it, and there is beings sitting around it, and people, space people
Yeah.
sitting, all
Yeah.
different kinds, all different kinds. So I'm like, okay, I could see them, and I was still in my pajamas, and I'm like, okay. So we walk in, and I was the first one to step through into the light, and then all of a sudden I'm in a suit. So this was obviously some type of atmosphere covering whatever, so these beings could be at this table in the middle of
Hmm.
the middle of the mountains.
Yeah.
Um, so I stepped through, and I'm put into a suit, so I'm assuming it was so I could breathe the atmosphere that was in there.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
so I get in there, and I look around, and um, Knock and Nook walked away from us, and then went and sat down next to my mom. Your parents were sitting at this table too.
My parents were there, Luna and Robar.
So my dad, my mom, and then there was a couple of beings, and then there was a center being sitting in the middle. Then there was a bunch of other beings going around the table. Who do you think these people were?
Okay. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Give me a second here to focus. Robar. Okay. The people that were sitting at the table, and I think I know who they are. Let me think. I'm going to say this, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Jesus.
Absolutely. Was sitting at the head of that table. The
I
high.
I just like that first thought came to mind. Jesus or Sananda. Jesus was sitting at the table of this table with these space people.
The High Council was there. They were present and they had did this whole light thing, the atmosphere thing, and they were sitting in the middle of these woods. The High Council was there to speak to me.
Wow.
I was thrown back. I recognized who it was immediately. I knew who it was. And I stood there and I kind of got the nudge from your sister. She was standing next to me and she kind of like with her shoulder kind of like pushed it forward, like pushing me forward a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she nudges me forward. So I walk over there and so he stands up. He's at the head of the table. He's right
Yeah.
smack dab in the middle of the
Oh,
table,
wow.
and he's like he stands up and he kind of steps alongside of his seat. And so I walked around all the people and I go to him and I stood in front of him and I just immediate eye contact with him, made eye contact with him
Oh
the
my
whole.
gosh.
I tried to stand up straight and I was trying to present myself as, you know, being like, you know, not important, but you know, look like I wasn't a dumb
Right.
but standing there. So I'm looking at him and I'm just like astounded that this is who was standing in front of me, you know? And then he leans in and instead of like giving me a like warm embrace, he does a bro hug to me. A
A
bro.
bro hug.
Yeah, so he
So
like
so
stepped
Je- Jesus, let me
back.
Jesus gave you a bro hug.
Yes, he did. He's funny. He's actually funny. He's like hanging out with your brother. He's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
So we he does the bro hug to me and I'm like, okay, cool. So we you know talked for a minute and then we sat down and then I started with the word vomit. You know me, it's like 5 million
Oh, I
questions,
know how you are. Yep. I
everything.
gotcha.
So it's all coming out and I'm like, well, why did the commander, why did blah 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 blah, you know, and he shushed he
Oh
shushed
my
me and I'm like,
gosh.
why does every space being shush me? Like
They should
he did the poking of the forehead, but
poke you in the forehead.
but
Jesus poked your forehead?
yes, he did.
Oh
But
my gosh.
when he did it, this like blue electrical like little lights came from his finger and like
Yeah.
put like I don't know what it was like. He poked my head, and when he did that,
Yeah.
it was like something opened up inside of me. It was so
Mhm.
weird. It was the strangest sensation. I felt like every sense of my body was open at that
Wow.
moment, and
Yeah, I
I
think it was. I think that electrifying poke is really actually, folks, an activation of something to activate you.
so I
Were you
immediately
feeling that? You were
yes.
activated? Yeah.
Oh, I felt like I was immediately opened up. So
Yep.
I sit down and like he sits down and kind of guides me to sit down next to him because the seat next to him was open and it was waiting for me to come and talk to him. So we
Mm.
both sit down and I calmed. I definitely calmed. I'm like shaking now, even talking about it. Every time I talk or speak about it,
Yeah.
I'm shaking. But so I sit down and I'm immediately calm and the one question out of my mouth was why me, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, he went on to tell me things like he didn't even start off with answering my question. He talked about the group. He talked about
Really.
each and every one of us.
Mhm.
You know, he talked about Kit Kat being this fierce warrior. You know,
Really.
and yes, and that and you know, talking about that she because her human side has this very timid thing about her that you know
Yeah.
she needs to bring out that she needs to know that she is important and that she is not alone and that she is this fierce you know warrior and he wanted her to know that and then like he had
Mm.
these messages to pass to each one of us you know
Really.
and Johnny you know he's you know he had all these messages that he needed to, he
What did
wanted.
he? What did he say about Johnny? I'm interested. The messages. Can we share those, or are we not able to?
No, no, it's fine. No, we can share them.
Okay.
And then so he said that Johnny had this loving, caring, soft side to him, but he needs to know too that he is stronger than he gives himself credit for. That
Yes.
he is a loving, giving person. And then he goes on to you, and he talks about your impatience is going to get the better of you, and that
Yeah.
you
I get impatient. That's a human
and
side of me.
and then he talked about your patience, and then he also said that you were one that was willing to give of yourself that you would never ask for yourself. That was,
Yes. That's
and
that's
said
that's
he
that's
said
the way I
that
am.
would resonate with you, and you would know once you sat with that for a minute what that meant.
Yes, I
That was his
do.
message to you.
Hmm.
Then he also went on to talk about our fifth.
Really, there's a fifth person.
And then he explained to me, and I'm like, our fifth. And he's like, I think you already knew this. And he said that he explained it to me. He like got down to the bare knuckles of it, so I didn't have to ask 5 million questions. He said there is five per group per grid. He said that every grid has five groups of
Every
five.
grid, 5 people per grid. Now, each grid is in different parts of the planet, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a fifth, and he did reveal who the fifth is, and I'm trying like heck to contact that person, but they have not answered me yet. As soon as they do, I
Do
want
I
to.
know who it is?
Yes,
Do I
you
have
do.
an idea?
You
I do know who it
absolutely
is.
do, and I will tell you as soon as this person is okay with everything. I will.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll keep it at that. I have a feeling I know who it is, but I'll wait.
I will save if he is okay with it. I will save the reveal for your show.
Okay. All
That's a
right.
promise. Okay, well,
So I'm going to let you continue this, and you're watching Ashtar Command Q&A. April and I both work with the Ashtar Command. She's been on the ship now
10.
10 times now, right?
Well, this time it
Yeah.
wasn't, but we'll get to that.
But it kind of we'll get to that. But she wasn't on the ship. But this is they came down. It's a whole story. I'm going to let her tell you the story, and definitely you'll know who it is. I mean, let's continue.
So he goes on to talk about our fifth, and our fifth is this amazing person that also is a person that has so much influence within themselves that they don't understand that. And then
Mhm.
he came to me, and then he answered my question as to why me. And at first I thought he had said something else, and it's kind of funny, but and then I stopped him, and I'm like, so like, you've talked about
Right,
everybody else, but why me? I said, I don't know what I bring to the table. I said,
right.
Kit Kat's this fierce warrior. Johnny's this doctor, and everybody has a skill to bring to the table. And I said, and I don't understand, like, why me? And then he told me what he said is, you are mother. And I thought he said, you're a mother, and I
No,
misunderstood.
he meant to say you are a mother, which is a different thing.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
he said you are mother, and I'm like, I am mother, I think he recognized it. Strange, because I have the facial expressions. I'm always with the faces, so I
Oh
had this
yeah.
strange look on my face, and he's like, he said that I bring love, and he goes, there is no higher vibration in the whole universe above love.
Yes. And
And
just
then
to stop you there, and not only that, you do. I want everyone to know this about April. When I met her, I knew that she was a different kind of human being. I knew that the purity of the love in her heart goes beyond humanity, beyond being a human being. And when you watch her and when you listen to her voice, do you not feel the vibration of love? If you don't feel it, then you need to open up your own chakras and open up your own heart. She is such a pure light. How could you not see that? And I see that. I saw that right away. I knew, you know, and but continue. I just wanted to let people know that.
but he said, and then he repeated himself, and he says, there is no higher vibration in the whole universe above love. And it's like, I still, like, I'm not one of those people who get a fat head. That's not me. I get embarrassed over stuff really easy,
Oh
but
yeah, you do.
it's like, when he said that, I like felt so much love from him, like so much love from him. And it was me. I don't know if it was his eyes or the way he looked at me or the way he tilted his head, but it was like I believed him. It was like I believed what was coming out of his mouth. And he and I was like, and at first I kind of laughed, and I said, I thought you said I am a mother. And I was like, yeah, I've raised all these kids. Started laughing at me, and
Jesus was laughing at you.
yeah.
What does he look like for people
Oh,
that don't?
okay. So he is buffed. Okay, he's wearing the Ashtar Command uniform, so it's form fitting. He's tall. He has like the type of body that the what am I thinking of? Oh my, why am I not thinking correctly today? My brain is just all over the place.
That's all right. Look, you had a big thing
Like,
happen to you, so your brain is already all over the place.
I
But
know,
that's
I'm
okay.
telling you, like the Palladians, like he was.
I knew you. I knew for days you were going to have something happen. You told. I remember I told you I think you're going on the ship or something's happening.
Yeah, and I didn't like I was like, "Oh, okay." So, it's like I never know, never know when it's going to happen, so
Yeah, you never know. Go
so
ahead, continue.
he's got the Palladian type body where he's very fit and all that, but he has long light brown hair. It's like almost dirty blonde, something like your color,
Really,
but a little bit, maybe a shade darker than your hair. He had long hair, but he had it pulled back a little bit. It wasn't all scraggly, and he was it was pretty clean, cleaned up. But
yeah,
it was his face and his eyes. His eyes look like every single painting you have seen of
really,
this, every single one. He looked like that. His
really.
face, like there was no mistaking his face. There was no mistaking it, and he did have a like medium length beard.
Okay.
He did have.
So she's describing the Jesus that everyone knows about Jesus. She met Jesus in the council, and she's explaining what Jesus looks like. So I've told you for a long time all the things on earth-based religions about Jesus are all not true. So I'm going to let her continue. I just wanted to let people know he's way different than earth-based perceptions of reality. But go ahead, April. This is fascinating.
And okay, so, and this was the other thing. He's funny. He's funny because I'm still like, I'm talking to him and I'm questioning him and I'm like, and, I could go, I thought you had said because I'm a mother. And he starts laughing and he goes, no, he goes, I was going to tell you it was because the back of my t-shirt said, well, the front of my t-shirt said, um, don't effing talk to me before my coffee. And then the back of it said,
Oh,
because I'm that kind of B word. And he said,
oh.
I was going to tell you it wasn't because you're a mother, but it's because you're that kind of B word. But he said it, and I just immediately
So
start
evidently,
laughing.
Jesus, the space being, has a sense of humor.
He does. He's hysterical. And talking with him, it's like you're talking with an old stoner dude. That's what it was
Oh my
like talking
gosh.
to him. He's so laid back, he was so, as a matter of fact, and he's funny. And it was just like you were talking to your brother, there was no like, you don't want to hold back. You want to be like real honest and you want to just tell him everything, he was
Yeah.
very easy to talk to.
Wow.
Yeah, but he swore and everything. He said I was gonna say it was because just because you were that kind of, I'm bleep, and and I
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
laughing immediately, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
he's just got a sense of humor. And I said I was gonna ask you where your sandals were, and he put his
Oh,
foot
you
down,
he
he
put his
put his
foot
foot up.
down. Was it where are your sandals?
No, he was wearing the boots that come with the suit, but
With the suit, yeah.
we were bantering
Thank you,
back.
Johnny.
But he's really funny and I just immediately felt comfortable with him. And we talked on a little bit about, a few things and about our mission, which I'll tell you about later. But the other
Okay.
mission,
Yeah.
and we will all be able to talk about this later. And
Okay.
then, he started talking to me too about the fifth, and then that's when he went on to explain to me, about the five per grid.
Mhm.
And there was more to it than that, but it's not something I can say over the air.
No, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
And this is the impatient me because I admit it. Like you're saying, April,
Hmm.
there are times when I am human and I do get impatient. I
Uh-huh.
wish I wasn't that way, but sometimes I do. And I keep thinking, I don't say it out loud, but I always say it to myself when I'm not on here. I'm saying to myself, when am I going on the ship? When am I going to be going on the ship to do what I need to do and learn what I need to learn? And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to, and then the other part of me says, oh, Commander, just, it's coming. Just got to be patient, you know,
So
the
so you
patient.
you will be going on the ship, and I got a direct answer for that too. We will be going on the ship, all of us together, just before our mission because we have to receive our gifts. You will be downloaded quickly back with all of your memories. All your memories will be brought back to you. Yours, Kit Kat's, and Johnny's, and our fifth. All of our
So
memories will be brought back to us at
so when you and I are in the field with we have a beautiful group coming. When we're in the field, when I get my gift, that's when I'll be after that at
not
some
in the
point
field. It
soon.
will it will be when just before we do our other mission. We will be
Okay.
going on our on the trip to go to those places we are supposed to go to receive our gifts.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
will be then. They choose one person. This is what he explained to me. He said they choose one person to that they contact because it makes no sense for them to bring everybody one at a time and do all that. They choose one person from the group to bring up, and just like uh
You're the person. You're the one person in this grid.
right. And so Cat's Eye is the
Okay.
person in his grid. He hasn't met his people yet, but he will soon. He will soon because
Interesting.
I
Very
asked about
interesting.
him too. Yeah. So
Okay.
one person from each group, and that person brings the information back to the rest of the group. So just before we have to do our mission, that other mission, we will go up and we will all be downloaded with the me with the rest of mine. You guys will just get it all at one time.
Right. So all five of us will go on the
Be
ship
together.
together, and then then we'll so that when you come to Connecticut, that other thing that I'm not going to say exactly that I am given when I go home with it, I will. It's a act. I knew it's some sort of an activation device.
Um, I,
Correct.
I, I didn't. I will talk to you about it later.
Okay. All right. I'll let you continue. Go ahead.
So that thing I'm bringing to you it is important, but it's well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll let you continue with this incredible thing and let people learn from this. Go ahead.
So 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 just before our mission, we will all be taken up together. They and I said, so how is it going to happen? Are we all like going to be taken up into separate ships? Are we going to go get each other? How is this going to work?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, I had a million questions because everything that
Mm-hmm.
you're wanting to know, I want to know. So I can tell you guys because I know everybody wants to know. Everybody's on the edge
Yeah.
of their seats, like
Oh
when.
yeah. They are.
So, and also, he also said that with them waiting for the rest of these ships to show up because everything is so unpredictable because there are other forces that are trying to stop some of these ships from coming.
Oh,
Um,
I know that.
he said that he could not give me an exact date and time. And I said, well, everybody's predicting 2027 on Earth time. I said, is that true? And he said, no. He says it's going to be way before then. And I said, so
Wow. See?
can I safely say within the next year and a half? And he said, that sounds more right. And he goes, but we don't want to say an exact date and then things not
Right.
happen
They can't.
because there's
They don't. They don't.
forces.
They live in. They don't live in April. They don't live in like we live in time. Like what time it's going to happen, what day. So that's why they can't say that. Correct.
Right. And
Okay.
because they don't see time and space the same way we do, but Jesus has been here on earth, so he can kind of give me the gist of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the other plus side because he did
Hmm.
live amongst us for so long, so he is aware of our
Yeah.
time, unlike the space people who haven't. You know what I mean? They've been
Yeah.
here, but
I got you. They don't
so
live in our reality of getting up in the morning and going
right.
to the local breakfast spot and having bacon and eggs or something with their friends or something like that.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
anyway, so he said he said and he gave me a rough guesstimate, which was within the next year and a half. So it's
Year
not
and a
going to be
half.
27, the next year and a half. So, but our
Mm.
mission will be held before then, before the
Our
big
mission.
happen. Yeah.
So my understanding is when you say our mission,
Yeah.
my
I'm
that
talking
my
about
thing is we're going to be taken on the ship before our mission, correct?
yes.
Okay. So that sounds like that's going to be really soon, and I think that'll be after we do the CE5 event in Connecticut. I think it's going to be. I feel it's like sometime after that. Am I incorrect about that, or am I incorrect?
It won't be like shortly after that, but it will be soon. The way he's
Okay.
talking and the way he was talking, I'm assuming probably within the next 6 months.
I'll let my daughter and my wife know too.
Yeah,
They're
I
the
mean
only two
they
people I'll let
probably
know.
won't even know that you're gone, Commander. Honestly, unless they really keep tabs on you in the house. They
Okay.
they probably won't even know you're gone because they do bring us back, within the time limit that they had taken us from.
Okay.
Like me, how many times have I was gone for 9 days the last time, and I was only gone. I've actually gone for a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
It was like 42.
I told my wife that she already knows that we're going to be going off planet. And my daughter, I tried to tell her, but she's not, I haven't gotten to sit down with her and really be able to sit with her and talk,
Yeah,
but
but
that's all right.
he said everything that we know, everything that we understood will be changed. We will be changed for life. So
Mhm.
that's all I can tell you. And this
Are
isn't
we going to be, we're going to be activated? I, you can explain this better than I can. I feel like we're being downloaded now, but when we have these devices, we're going to be totally activated, correct?
Yes, they are slowly downloading us now because our Earth bodies are having our Earth bodies when they have get downloads and memories brought back and whatnot. It causes our physical bodies a little bit of discomfort, so they try not to overwhelm us, so we are not like getting the
Yeah.
shock. But so that's why it seems like it's like slowly happening. Like you'll get these downloads and then you'll be like, oh yeah, like okay, like things are starting to come back to you. um
Yeah.
but these are slow. But when we go on the ship, we will be downloaded with our full memories back,
Wow.
and they will, because they'll
Wow.
have us on the ship, so we'll be able to with endure whatever they're going to do.
Will we be able to? Are we going to meet the actual Jesus on the ship, or is that something that's not going to happen?
I don't know that. I could not
Okay.
say. I do.
I don't expect you to know that answer, but
I didn't
all
think
right.
that. I'm
No, it's just my mind works that way sometimes.
I'm assuming this is an assumption, but I'm assuming that we are going to be up there for some time because we've got a
Mhm.
lot to learn. Um,
Wow.
and then we got a lot to learn about our gifts that they are going
Okay.
to be giving us. So I'm assuming we're going to be up there for a little while. Um,
Okay.
and everything will be provided, and our families will not even realize we are gone because we will be brought back within, like I said, I was gone for 9 days, and it was only 42 minutes Earth time, so it wasn't
So she was April saying 9 days off planet. Understand that. How many minutes was it Earth time?
42 minutes timed.
So we might be off the Earth planet for 42 minutes or an hour, and it could be a whole month off the Earth. But in Earth time,
Yeah.
it's only an hour.
Yeah.
Lisa's asking how many of us are going. It looks like in our grid, there's going to be 5 of us going on the ship.
But this is specific to the chosen star seeds. Now, when big contact happens, this will be for everybody. This isn't won't just be
Right.
just specifically for us. It's because specific star seeds have a specific mission that they need to do before big contact happens. Now,
Yes.
we cannot talk about that yet,
Not yet.
but information will be revealed as we are getting it. So right now, there is a mission that we cannot talk about, but there is everything else I am to share with you, light workers.
Right.
You
Right.
people that are here in these rooms are to hear this. You guys are to hear this message that these beings are loving beings. And if you didn't hear the message from Jesus himself, he said that there is no higher vibration in the universe than love. And I'm going to repeat that, and I hope this resonates with some of you. There is no higher vibration in the whole universe than love.
Yes. And are you getting that? Do you hear what she's saying? This is what Jesus has always taught, and it's so true. I mean, love is the only real thing. Without that, what do we have? If we don't have any love on our planet, what do we have? Really, right? I'm going to
Right.
turn it back over to April. This is Encounters. Just to let people know you're watching our Friday night Ashtar Command contact program. And again, we're sharing you the latest information of this. When did you go into this event? Just the other night
Just
or
not last
today or
night, the morning before.
the morning before?
Yeah.
So this just happened. I'm
Yeah.
going to turn it over to April. I'm again listening because it's important for me to let her have the forum to share all this information. That's because this is an Ashtar Command night, and this is a night to hear what our brothers and sisters of the command have shared with April that they want her to share with the people of Earth. And this is more important to me. So I'm just in here listening. I hope you are focused, and we're going to turn it back to April.
Okay. And so this is for everybody that's in the chats now. In the meantime, while all this is going on, the side stuff is going on, our star families, your guys' star families, the star seeds in here, every light worker in here, every Reiki healer worker, every crystal worker, every single person in this chat, your families, your star families are trying to make contact with you in one form or another. You guys hear this? In one form or another, they are trying to make contact with you. And so this is when big contact does happen. There's nobody being frightened. You guys know your guys' mission. Your guys' mission is to start waking up the people around you. And then hopefully when they start waking up, they can help the people around them. It's supposed to be like a domino effect, guys. This is supposed to be like a domino effect. Like we are supposed to, me and the commander and Kit Kat and Johnny, like we are to pass this message along to you guys, and then
Mm-hmm.
you guys are to pass this message along to the next people. You guys are to help. Every single one of us in this chat, in this room, are supposed to help wake everybody up to know that these are good space beings. They are coming to
Right.
help. They are coming with med beds. They are coming with technology. They are coming to help us clean up our earth and to shift over to this new reality, to this new, where money's not needed. There's no weapons of mass destruction. There's no, we'll be so enlightened that we won't have to worry about those things, and we won't have to pay for the things that we need, things that we need to survive. They will just be given freely.
And the beautiful thing is too, just to let you know, as you were mentioning April before, there's no negative ET force that can stop the Ashtar Command. I want to make this very clear, and I'm going to say it now. The Ashtar Command forces, the fleets that are coming to Earth, cannot be stopped by whoever these other beings are. And these other beings are the ones that have been causing trouble on this planet for millions of years, actually. But now they're going to be pushed out. They're going to try to stop us, but they can't. The reason why, because of people like us, like April, myself, and many of you here, it's going to be different grids of people all over the world. And eventually, all of you are going to be contacted, as April said, by your star families, your biological cosmic families. I stated this the last few nights. So I want you to know no one here is left out of anything. Everything's happening the way it's happening for a reason. And no negative ET groupings are going to stop the fleets of light from coming here. They're already here. They can try all they want, but they're going to be outnumbered by the Ashtar Command. We outnumber every single negative fleet that's out there in this solar system. They're going to be kicked out. They are being kicked out.
And it's not just the space beings too. It's also the fairies of the other realms, and the beings
Yes.
of the good beings of the light realms are also coming to help, and they are been here, and they have also been revealing themselves to us. That's why people are starting to see all these blinking lights, all these dimensional beings in their yards, and all this stuff. That's because they are starting to reveal themselves slowly to us, so we are not afraid, so we know that they are here to help. And they are working with the good beings of light that are space families. They are working with them. They have been working with them this whole time. Like, like in my woods, like I say, they help keep these special spots cleared for when they come and land. Even the Bigfoot beings are here helping. They are all here. All these are good beings of light. These are Christed beings of light that are here to help us.
Yeah. And she's right on the money. And things that you hear from April coming from the space people, from Jesus when she was on the other day. I mean, not on here, but meeting with the council around the table with Jesus and the other people in the council. What she's sharing is what she can share, that they want her to share with everybody on the planet and on this show. And this show is really because I come from that background of the Ashtar Command since I was a kid, even though I didn't know what it was called until I got older. I came from off planet from the Ashtar ship. I came from the command. I came here somewhat fully activated. They activated me somewhat, so I had a little bit of knowledge and memory to be able to do my mission work. But now we are being fully activated. And like she said, in each part of the world, there'll be that one person who will be taken on the ship, and the other four people will be notified of who they are. Even if they don't have like a computer, somehow they'll reach each other. And
We are
so
all
this is what we are. We're part of this grid of five in the Northeast, and we're all within the same vicinity. One in Long Island, one in New Jersey, me in Connecticut, and Friends with Fairies. And then the fifth person, eventually, when that's allowed, will be revealed soon, and then we'll know what the part of the part of this region they're from. So I'm going to let Friend with Fairies continue. She was again give you some background. She was the other day a beam of light came down on the mountains, and a table that looked like an eye came down. And on the council, one of the people at the head of the council was what you call Jesus. And so I'll let her continue with the most important information here of what's going on. So what you're hearing here, you're not going to hear anybody anywhere else. This is all real. And April 13th, we're going to be live in the apple orchard, and we're going to be surprised. We don't even know what the surprise is yet, but we're going to be surprised. We're going to be broadcasting that live. And Kit Kat, April, and I are going to be here. We hope that Johnny can join us from New Jersey, but I'm going to let her continue because we have some very important information, and you need to listen and hear this. This show is being recorded, by the way, so if you miss anything from the beginning to the end, it'll be on my YouTube channel within 24 hours. But go ahead, April.
right. So, so like I said, Jesus was very laid back. He was like you were talking to your brother, and when he spoke about love and us making sure that we pass this information on to he said to our people, which meaning you guys in the chats. He said that all the light workers and all the people that are waking up and starting to wake up, and he said that you guys need to also do the work. He said every single human being on this planet needs to do the work. He wants you guys to be able to move forward when big contact does happen. He said it's going to take some time because they are at this point. What they are doing is they are getting rid of a lot of these negative, low vibrational beings that are hiding in plain sight. They are currently being taken off quietly, taken off planet. So there are Ashtar Command that are down on Earth now, working to find these beings and get them out of here. Because there's not going to be any, there's no going to be any kickback from these beings. They're getting them off planet now. I mean, they've been doing it for a while now, and we just weren't aware that this was all happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, as far as they go, that's not going to be a thing. Um, so as far as our group commander, we will be going up way before, learning what we need to learn, getting our gifts, and then learning about our gifts, and then we will be brought back to fulfill our mission.
Now,
Um,
when we are brought up just for educational purposes, like you said to me before, and I understand it, since we're all in different parts of the United States, the four or five of us, will they just appear wherever I am, like in my living room, and I'll be walking into the ship? Is that how it works?
um, they will probably rift you, like they did me. It might
Probably
take
what?
rift you like
What's
they
a
did
rift?
me, where they put a tear in space and time, and just like
Oh,
in your kitchen, like how they did me. I'm assuming because you were in an apartment building, like I thought they were
yeah.
like something like pull you through the wall, but because I didn't know they had that technology, but I'm assuming they're probably going to rift you because you are in an apartment
Part
building and they don't
a
want to
house,
drop
yeah.
themselves. They will probably just
Okay.
rift you, and when you walk through, you'll be right on the ship.
Oh, interesting. I can't wait.
And I
That's
will
going to be
be I will
interesting.
be there to greet you, so you don't feel all
Oh,
scared.
good.
And your dad will
I
be
don't
there.
want to feel kind of weirded out.
Nope,
I'm
I
not
will be
afraid of
there to greet
anything. I
you.
just want to have somebody I know.
Yeah, no, I will be there to greet you, and then we will be there to greet the next.
Okay. I'm
And
good
then,
with that.
yeah. We will get everybody, and it will be like within minutes. Like nobody's gonna know nothing. You won't have time to make a phone call. They're just coming, and that's it. We're going.
Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
good with that. I'm
All
ready.
right.
So yeah,
Right. So just, be mindful that you're not in the toilet.
I will not be in the toilet. I promise.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
I,
if you
I know
will,
you're
I
kidding.
already talked to him. I already had that whole conversation with him about that. I'm like, you can't do
Oh
that.
my,
That's
you're never going to live that story down.
no,
You know
no, no, no. You guys got to give it 35, 45 minutes.
that. Well, I've learned now a little bit more because I'm in an apartment. They'll tear a rift, and they'll just open the rift. They'll
Right.
like a doorway, and then
Hmm.
they'll like not pull me, but they'll help me go on to in the seconds I'll be on the spaceship, and the
Just
rift will close, and I'll be on the spaceship.
and you
Okay,
won't
I
be
understand
scared.
that.
You won't be up and flying up in the sky like the beams or anything like that. You'll just walk right through it, and you will be on the ship. It's a rift. That's what they called it.
Wow,
Hmm.
a rift. Okay, that's see, I just learned something. Now you've all just learned something too. So I did too. Very interesting.
And so you know that you also have four Ashtar Command people in your home. Kit Kat has four in her home, and the other ones also. Every one
Really.
of us have four for protection in our home, and if you have property, there are some placed on your property too.
Really?
Ashtar
So
Command is
right now, as I'm
right
sitting
below.
here, there
Mm-hmm.
are four Ashtar Command people cloaked in my home.
Absolutely.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yep. Yep. Yes, sir. You have four in your home
Wow.
now protecting you and your family.
They don't like communicate with me really too much, I don't think.
No, no, they're not
No.
supposed to. I don't know
Okay.
what happened with mine, but I think it was the
They ju-
music.
they're just there to protect us, which I
Mhm.
completely understand that. I always say, like when I come on live, it's the weirdest thing. Maybe not. I always ask the Ashtar Command to protect the show and to protect this energy field, and that's why I do that every show I come on here. Before I come on, I ask the Ashtar Command for protection of
Oh,
our audience and everybody.
I got
Yeah,
excited because I almost forgot to tell you. Jesus watches your show.
Jesus watches encounters.
Yes, he does. He said
Are
that we
you
were both, yeah,
serious?
because he's been watching mine too. And he said that we were
Oh my,
doing a good job. He said
we're
we were
doing a good
doing a
job.
good job. He did. He says he watches it. He told me that he's been binge watching our shows. And I'm just like, oh,
He's been
okay.
Jesus.
Yes, he's just been
Jesus is watching encounters.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes, he's been
I mean,
they've been monitoring the shows for so long, but he got so into it, like he binge watches them, and that's what he said. He said they all see
Jesus
you watching the
Jesus
show.
Bins watches my show and your broadcast.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
I feel I kind of feel I not kind of feel I feel honored that Jesus is watching encounters.
Yes. He enjoys it quite a bit. He does.
Oh, great. He's probably watching it now. I thank you, Jesus, for
Absolutely.
watching my show. I really do, brother. I can't wait to meet him.
They hear all your guys' messages, like everything that you say when you like talk to your dad and stuff like that. They hear
Oh,
all that.
really?
Yeah, that's
Really?
what he was I told you, like, we had this whole, like, little side conversation, like, we were
Yeah,
walking
yeah,
around
yeah.
the table and stuff, and he was telling me that he told me to make sure to tell you that he really enjoys your show, and he goes, "And I like what you're doing on yours," and he says, "You guys are passing the message along, and you're helping to wake people up and not be afraid," and he's like, he likes that, so he was really happy with it, so know that
I'm
it's, like,
blessed.
really
I hope he's enjoying tonight's show too. He probably is.
yeah.
You see,
But
and that's the one thing people have to realize: when you know what you know, you don't need anything. You just have to know what you know. On this planet, what people do is they're so involved in the 3D mindset. The mind always tells them no, 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 but the heart always knows. When I say that, not the physical heart, but the spiritual, cosmic heart, we all have it, but we don't always utilize that. We always end up going here when we should be going here. That's what humans have to do: is get out of the head and go into the heart. That's the key. That's it. But
it,
go ahead.
it's true, so I thought you would appreciate that. I almost for that was like I was trying to mind check that because I wanted to tell
All
you
right.
because I told you I had exciting news. I've been dying to tell you what was going on, but I was saving it for your show because like I
Now, knowing that
Everybody,
Jesus watches my show, I am honored.
it's Jesus approved. He's
Jesus
probably gonna be laughing.
Encounters is now Jesus approved.
That's right. Now you can get a bracelet that says, "What would Jesus
Right.
do?"
Healing Energy Wellness says, "Oh Lord." There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. He had these little messages for each one of us that he knew. I think he knew that these would resonate with each and every one of us because I think he thinks that we were doubting, and I think a little bit we were, like, each one of us were kind
Probably.
of doubting or ask questioning, like, why me, why
Well,
me.
that's the human part of us, right? I mean,
Mhm.
we still are humans, so we do use that mind that it's just natural, but it makes sense if you just the whole thing makes sense.
Right.
It's just when it's just yeah, it's human nature. I mean, we are humans, so we are going to question everything, which is what we do. I mean, I'm still human, so I do question things, but I also understand that I'm not human too.
Mhm.
That part of me understands the whole thing. But go ahead.
So, you know, he was very excited, and he told me that he was a little addicted to the show, and he said he was binge
He's
watching
a,
it.
he's
Yeah,
addicted to the show.
he
Wow.
is.
That is a first. Jesus is addicted to encounters.
He said that they've been monitoring the show they've been monitoring you from the beginning. They've been monitoring all of us, actually, but they've been monitoring your communications and stuff. And that was them that cut across our my phone, when I was on that phone, and we got
Yeah,
that message coming across. That was them. And, he said that
they were speaking.
that our Earth governments were listening to our broadcast, and that they weren't having it. They said no, that they put a lockdown on it.
Oh,
They cut
good.
it out, and then they tried to come back in again and tried to relink back up with the show again in another way, and they cut that too. So they wanted us to know
So
that
the
was
show
them.
is so is the show now protected from them being able to hear it?
Absolutely,
Okay, I just want
absolutely.
to make sure. I kind of felt that after that
Yeah.
happened.
You can feel free to talk about whatever you want because they are closely monitoring every communications in, every communications out, your home communications, your radio broadcasts, all of it is
Now,
being.
this is again the Ashtar Command. They're protecting us in all levels of our communications. Just to make a difference, it's not the government that's why is listening. They've been stopped. It's the Ashtar Command, which I work with ever since I was old enough to know, and they're protecting us. And they also protect the show, just to let people know. So they won't let anything happen. I also have good moderators who are protecting this show. So if you have any negative people in here or trolls, you will be kicked out. You'll never be able to watch the show again. And we take the show very seriously in
Mhm.
protecting our audience. So we do. But go
So
ahead. Continue with
I
the information.
So I was really excited to come back and tell you about all this stuff.
Mm.
And then that we have a fifth, and they said that that we had five per grid, and I thought that that was pretty amazing.
Mm.
And within like the next 6 months, we will be going up to learn what we need to learn. And he says, he says that our lives are going to change after that, and he says your
Mhm.
human lives will change. And he said he also asked me about the choice that he gave us. He says, have your people had time to think about it? And I said, well, the ones that know have, but I have to let my fifth know, about all this stuff too. But I have to contact the fifth first.
Right. And the
Um,
choices we publicly have talked about the
yeah,
choices. The choice is whether we want to go back into our space body or stay on Earth. And I've chosen that I have my family here. I love my family, so I'm staying here. But I
yeah.
know I can continually go on the ship by being still in my human form because now I've already made contact. Right?
Right. And the same thing with me, as I chosen to stay here on Earth to finish out my human existence.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I myself too love my family, and I feel like I still have lessons to learn, and I still feel like I have mission work to do.
Me
Um,
too.
and as we all do. But everybody will have their choice to make, and so will our fifth once I contact the fifth, and then hopefully we will be on your show announcing the fifth.
Yeah, and that'll probably be in the next few weeks, I think, to
The,
be
the
pretty
fifth
generalized.
the fifth will be in the next day or so, I'm sure, but
Okay, we're gonna wait, and when
trying to
that is,
them.
when we know that's available to us, we'll talk about that next Friday on the next contact show to just give more. I'm gonna let you talk for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let April speak, and I'm gonna be right back.
So what we're gonna do is we're going to give the fifth time to absorb everything and talk about the other mission that we have, and make sure that they are safe and settled and okay with everything, and that they accept the mission, and then after that, the next Friday we will be announcing the fifth if they are okay with revealing themselves. They don't have to, it's their choice, but we are a tight knit group, and guys, this isn't something that we chose. This isn't because like we ourselves as human beings aren't like anything special. We are very humble, and about that we were chosen for this. But after this, this information, this being able to go on the ships and this and that, that's not just going to be pervy to me, guys. This is going to be for everybody. Like, everybody's going to have this access. Once big contact does happen and the shift happens, we will be like interacting with these space beings. We will be able to go on ships, travel into these different universes and different planets, and all that. And we will also have choice, guys. We will also have choice about where we are going to be living. This is another important thing too, guys. We are going to have choice about where we want to live on the planet. Like, we will have access to these cloud cities. We will have access to these um, cities underneath the ocean, because our world is overpopulated right now. We will be able to spread ourselves out actually across the whole world instead of
Right.
just on the land. We can in
There's
the sky
actually what you're
cities.
talking about. When you're talking about the cloud cities, you talked about how they're
Yes.
created in the clouds, and then you're talking about in the depths of our oceans, there are light cities or light places within the ocean. Also within the inner Earth, we have that understanding that the star people also live within the inner Earth. We're not a solid core of rock. That's the traditional lie. We have an inner Earth where our space brothers and sisters, and there are people that live amongst us within the inner Earth, the Agartha network. If you study that, the subterranean cities of the Agartha network, study that history. Here's my cat. Do you want to come up? I got to bring her up. She's here. Here she is.
Guys, I know you have a million questions about the fifth, but all will be revealed on Friday. So stay tuned. So Friday, hopefully the person accepts, everything and has time to let everything sink in, and I'll reveal everything on Friday. All will be revealed then. Okay, guys? I know
Okay.
you have
I'll let her
questions.
down. There you go.
I want
I
to
let her up there. She
want to
wanted to get
respect
down.
the
So,
person's wishes.
yeah, and we are going to respect that.
Hmm.
Um, so there's so much going on. This is all new information. And I knew that for days you were going to be having some interaction with this, with our family. Something important was going to happen, and here you are. 2 days later, with real new information. And it's really, like I said, when we go off planet in the next 6 months, when we're taken onto the ship, we could be away off planet for a whole month. But on Earth time, we could be away for 2 hours. So understand, in Earth, there is time. In space, there's no time.
Hmm.
So when we come back, it'll be like we never left our houses or apartments or what
Right.
have you.
Exactly. So, it's like the last time I went, I was trying to keep track of the days because it's not the same, and I was
Yeah.
actually in a dimensional place, and we went through and we went to the realm of the fairies. That was strange enough. I was trying to keep track of the days. You know how I did it? By popping off my nails. I
Oh,
put
oh my
off
goss.
my
That's what
nails to
you
keep
have
track of the days.
you have
Fake
those
nails.
long intergalactic nails that
Yes, I
you
do.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I was
you
keeping
do.
track of I was keeping track of it like that.
It's a beautiful thing. It's so I feel so calm in listening to this. It's like the most beautiful. Don't you feel, folks, just the beauty of the energy of what the vibrational patterns of an energy April's sharing? Don't you now understand that you're getting information here that you're not going to get on YouTube or on the History Channel or on all those documentaries? You're getting real time information from people that love you, that are our space family, our star family, the Ashtar Command, you know. And, in many ways, I think the Ashtar Command guided me to come here on
Mhm.
TikTok. I think, really, in truth, I think they wanted me to start a show here, and I've been doing the radio for 21 years, which was my first Ashtar Command show in radio on NPR radio, which has been out of the closet. So, like when I talk about busting the matrix, I'm sure Jesus has heard me say this on the show. I'm here to bust the matrix. I really do mean it. I'm here to bust your belief systems because they've been all messed up by earth-based teaching, by your schools, universities, TV sets, you name it. There's a lot of stuff on here that is messed up your consciousness, and it has. And we're here to say no, no more. Your
Exactly.
governments of the world, everything. It's all messed up human beings. We're here to clear what's been messed up. We're here to tell you it's now time to stop believing all the things you were taught to believe, all your religions, all your politics. It's all part of the control mechanisms on this planet. What's coming now is so much important than what you've understood, is that, like I said before, and as April is stating, our star fleets are coming here, and there's not one negative lower vibrational ET group that's going to stop what is coming. And we want you to know that things are going to shift and change, and they are right now. This show is a catalyst. This show, yes, we do talk about people's visitations and we do talk about UFO sightings, but on Friday nights, it's Ashtar Command all night long. Not all night long, but you know what I mean. And April's information is important. So you should be taking notes here because it affects every single one of you. And this show is recorded, so it'll be on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel on YouTube. And I'm more convicted in what I'm doing now. There's nothing, there's no one, there's no anything that will stop the commander from completing this mission. I don't care what you think, who you are, whether you don't think anything's happening. That's your deal. You have to work that out in yourself. I know what's happening. I know what's going to happen. I've known for all these years, even though I didn't know specifics, I know all these years that there was a time when things were going to shift. And this is the time. It's now. You can ignore it. You can run away. You can hide in the closet, but you're not going to be able to run away from what's happening. It's going to be real. It's not going to be a dream. It's not going to be an illusion. It's not going to be a bunch of crystal balls. It's
Commander.
what? What? Oh, they're playing. The Astro Command's playing a song right now. They're playing on her other phone. Could you bring that closer to the mic? The command is playing through other phone, the music. That's the Ashtar Command. Get your bags together. Go! Bring your friends too. Cause it's getting nearer. It's who will be with you. Now come and join the list. You know, it's not so far from you. And it's getting nearer. Soon it will all be true. Oh, peace train sounding loud. On the peace train. Come on, peace train. Peace train. And this is the Ashtar Command playing through April's second phone right now. Thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live and live? It's out on the edge of darkness. There rides a peace train. A peace train to take this country. Take me home again. Peace train sounding loud. Ride on the peace train. I always say that there's nothing that surprises me anymore, but they startle me every single time they do that because I don't ever expect that phone to go off. And we didn't, you know, and let me understand. Also, I think Bill Seeker, Bill, we do see you. We'll get to your question in a minute. I do see you. But understand, folks, the Ashtar Command chose that song on her phone. She has another phone they utilize for communications. And as I stated in my promotion, that they will use music to communicate a message. And did you get the message from that song from Cat Stevens? How many people get that message? They played that song very specific. And if you listen to the words, there is a message in every word that Cat Stevens sang in that song. Did you get the message? Okay. Guys, and we're not bringing people on here live, so listen up. You know, we are the moderator. We're not the moderator, the host of the show. We decide what we're going to do, not everybody else out there. And we love you, but we're the ones who decide what the show is going to be like. Tonight is Q&A. We will answer your questions, but first and most importantly was to provide information that you don't know. Okay? So listen up, you know, and you'll learn a lot. Ask questions. We'll take your questions. Of course we will. So if you have a question, please do ask it. April or I most likely will be able to answer your questions here on our Ashtar Command show tonight. I just want to make it clear who's running the show here. Because I will do that. In my commandership, I will set the foundation to let you know I run the show, not somebody else. All right, let's see what questions we might have here. Any questions? There must be a few questions. Zoom says, I hope Jesus heals me. I hope so too. I loved 10,000 Maniacs version of Peace Train. Why can't they intervene? The Astrolites in Palestine? What are they saying? They're asking a question, why can't you intervene and stop the wars in the Middle East? That's why they're coming. If they were able to speak through, I'm sure they could speak through the second phone. I don't know if that's what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, I'm open to the space people, our space families talking through the phone if they're willing to do that. I don't know if they can do that. I really don't know how that works. I'm assuming things that I don't know. I can say, oh yeah, they can do that. Could they speak on April's phone right now to us? I don't know. I don't know that if they choose to, they do. You know, I don't make those decisions. I don't make those decisions, guys. They have a message. They come across. If they don't, they don't. You know, I don't make those decisions. And also, the other thing is, there's not one human in here that can tell me they do or they don't, because you don't know that either. Mm-mm. They know, but we don't know. So if anyone says absolutely they know that, no, you don't. If they're going to communicate with us, I mean, right now I know that they're using music to communicate with us, but again, I think at some point, I think it's more of a direct communications where people are interacting like with April when she was in the council meeting. It's a direct link up.
Right.
It's a direct link up. So let's be honest and say that we all don't know much of anything and keep it humble to the fact that we don't know when that happens. We just know that it can possibly happen. And it really doesn't matter because we're getting the information directly from April from being with the council. And that's all that really matters, really, right? It doesn't
Right.
matter whether they communicate through the radio or through the telephone or whatever. That's almost immaterial how they communicate. It's the message that's more important that our family is providing you with and April with as our contact in this grid. And that's the thing that's most important. And when we talk about, it's funny during the day when I go about my day. Today I went out with my friend. He's coming to our Ashtar Command gathering. Beautiful soul and his family. And we got our watermelon seeds today. I finally got up to get watermelon seeds. And I know my family will be interested. They're listening to it from the ship. I did get watermelon seeds, and I'm promising them that when my watermelons are fully ripened as a gift to my space family, I am bringing at least 2 watermelons on the ship. They will be fully ready to go. Just to let you know, you're getting watermelons on the spaceship.
I bet you
They're
they'll love
listening to
that
this.
too. I bet you they will
I'm
love
sure they.
it too.
Well, they're listening to that right now. They hear everything I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, if he's there, will get a watermelon as well. We'll give Jesus a watermelon. These are all organic,
I bet.
completely.
I wonder if he misses things like that being up there. you know.
Yeah, I don't know. you know. But I think it's important to know that the mission that everybody here in this room has, you have to do it without ego. You have to throw any ego that you have in your consciousness, and let's say you say you're a spiritual being and you're this person that's spiritual and all that. That means nothing if you still have ego. If you're spiritual without ego in your mind, without your mind controlling your body. You have your spirit, your inner cosmic beingness that you control. If you operate from the inner cosmic beingness, there's nothing here. This here is always been the culprit of creating problems for human existence. It's the mind. But the heart never creates anything that's conflicting. It's always creating oneness. It's always creating, how should I put this? The connection, the real connection, you know? The connection between everything that and all that is connected within that cellular structure of oneness. But humans don't always live in oneness. They separate everything in their consciousness. They put this in one part, they put that in one part, they put that in one part, instead of integrating everything so you can be a completely full conscious human being. You separate everything. Humans do this all the time. So I'm speaking from an Ashtar Command consciousness now, not from an earth-based human perspective. So that's the one thing that has been downloaded in me, is to remember that I'm not just a human being. You're not just a human being. You're more than a human being. Although you think you're a human being, well, you are and you aren't. You are because you're physically in a human body, but you're not necessarily a human being, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? It's really important.
Commander,
Yeah.
I am going to step down for the evening. My granddaughter just popped up, so I got to get her.
Oh, she did?
Yes, I got to get her to bed.
Well, I
I,
want to thank you for sharing the news. It's been beautiful. And, I know that in the days and next Friday, I'm sure we'll have more information. And to say that I have a feeling you're going to have some more things happen between now and Friday, I think you will. I think that they're needing to contact you regularly now because things are getting so close. And we'll see you. We'll be talking to you way before next Friday anyway. But
okay.
April, thank you for being here. I'll let you take care of your
You're
granddaughter.
welcome. I love
Why
you
can't they?
all.
Why can't they take care of your granddaughter? Why don't some of the women come down from the ship and leave you alone? That just stay. I'm going to say right now to my brothers and sisters on the ship, maybe my 2 sisters could come down physically and take care of your granddaughter,
I'm
and
sure
you
they
can stay
will.
on.
So
why don't they come down and give you a break? A little bit of a break.
right. All right,
All
guys.
right, all right.
I love
All
you guys.
kidding
Have a
aside,
good night.
you too. Take care, April. We love you too. We bring her down here. Is that going to work? Unless they want to play another song here. Is that going to work? Are they going to play another song? Is that why I can't get her off? If you're going to play another song, go ahead and do it. They're not playing another song, I don't think. Are they? Oh, she's off. All right. There you go. So this is Ashtar Command questions and answers. They'll have med beds. I think Skin Dog. They have a thing called med beds. Eventually, those will be introduced to everybody. The med beds are going to be a place for people to be healed. The med beds are going to be for the whole human race. So Chef Ginger, Christ consciousness is different than people going to a church or religion. Let me explain what that is. So all the beings in the universe that are what you call the positive beings, the star family, work in Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is a consciousness that is elevated in understanding in total peace and harmony and love. Now on earth, when people talk about Jesus Christ, the understanding of Jesus Christ has been distorted by people on this planet, by man. So man on this planet has created religions about Jesus Christ, your Bibles and all these other things that distort the truth. So now you know that Jesus, as April had stated, and when the beam of light came in the mountains and she was taken by the space people to an opening in the fabric, so to speak, and the council was at the head of the table, Jesus in a spacesuit. I've been trying to tell people this forever. And I've decoded situations that relate to Jesus when Jesus was in what they call the tomb. These are encoded things that I decoded. And when Jesus was seen walking around the countryside over 2,000 years ago, after he supposedly did not live, he never died. There was a lot of misinformation. Then the cloud opens up, and then Jesus goes into the cloud. Why did he go in the cloud? Because he went on a spaceship, a huge spaceship with electromagnetic field disruption of the atmosphere, which caused what looked like a cloud, but was a spaceship within the cloud. Okay? So understand, whatever your perceptions are and belief systems of what Jesus looks like, you were just told what Jesus looks like. Forget your whatever you want to create in your head. April just told you what Jesus looks like. That's it. What he looked like. He just told you what he looked like earlier in the show. This show is recorded, so you'll be able to listen to it again if you don't understand it. Whatever your perception of what he looks like, she met him on the ship in the council, and she explained what he looks like. Okay? So throw everything you believe, whatever your perceptions you want to promote of Jesus, throw it out the window. Really, just throw it out. Clear your consciousness of all that stuff. Throw your religions out the window, throw your politics out the window, throw everything out the window. And just allow yourself to be still, centered, and I guarantee you, as time goes on, you're going to learn a lot on Friday nights. You will. And Jesus is a spiritual being of light, just like every other spiritual being from other planetary systems. No less, no more. Yeah. Hey, Bobby Rocks. That's right. Throw it all out. Bobby knows. Good to see you, brother. Bobby definitely knows, Throw it all out. Throw all of it out. That's my thing, The commander's not, I will never put up with limited consciousness, and I will tell people, whatever you believe, throw it out the window. That's where I'm at right now. I'm done with, what about this, commander? What about that? Throw it out the window. Get rid of it. It's coming from your head. Get rid of it. From your mind. Get rid of it. I know the truth. I could never say my encounters. I could never say my encounters with them. And you probably do, Skin Dog. If you had encounters directly with space people, that is something that is personal to you. Sandy Mills says, "Wow, okay, I know you're the leader. The only leader I am is I don't use the term leader like Earth-based definition. I'm in command of my own self. I don't really command anybody. The word commander means I'm in command of my own cosmic spiritual being." So, El Lee, it's good to see you. So that, and please, I have 5 of 8 hats taken. I'm trying to show your support for what we've been doing here. So if you can gift me on the show, I have no qualms about it. Bobby Rock says I am a leader. And I look at the word leader in the different terms. So I am a leader. I accept that terminology. Bobby Rocks, thank you. And I'm not a leader like in the earth-based terminology, but I am a cosmic leader. I am a leader. And I'm here to bust the matrix. And I will. And do you know something? I've met all kinds of people on social media in my life, in person. I've had people in person I've met once in an angel store that, tried to challenge me. By the time I got done, he didn't know what to say anymore. And we were face to face, right, in an angel shop. The commander doesn't take any garbage, see? I don't care who you are. If you don't speak the truth of cosmic understanding, I will know it in a nanosecond. If you try to, give me some negative stuff, I will know it in a nanosecond. If you need to be a person that needs to be always proven something, I don't need to deal with that because I know who I am. I know where I'm from and I know where I'm going. When you have that foundation of truth, brothers and sisters, I don't care. You see? And say, "Oh, but Commander, you can't do this. Commander, you can't do that." I can do whatever I want. Because you can't do it doesn't mean I cannot do it. You see? If anyone ever tells you you can't take that leap forward and do something, you tell them to take a hike. You can take a leap anywhere you want. You're free to leap spiritually forward any way in which you can. And just keep going. Ego, help people get rid of. That's right. It's the ego that also is a thing for people in human form. Ego challenges everything. People with big egos, people that have power on the planet, they have big egos. When you learn to operate without ego or agendas, you will be free, brothers and sisters. You'll be free. You just have to let go of the things that you've been taught. And that's not always easy for billions of human beings, right? But I know people like Bobby Rocks, he kicks cosmic butt. He doesn't put up with it. He kicks cosmic. He's out there doing his mission work, man. And we know that, Bobby. People just need to realize the dependency on what you've been taught, whatever generation you're from. I'm from the 60s generation, textbooks before they had internet, when TVs are still black and white going to color, when we had like only 4 or 5 channels to watch. And now we thought that was it, right? Folks, it's time to get it together. I mean it, really. It's time to get it together. There's so many beautiful things to come. That's right, Bobby Rocks. 19th Century Capri with an AM radio. And you had those good stations that were playing rock and roll on WABC in New York, I think it was. They used to be they used to play whatever the music was, right? But it's time to wake up. That's what the Ashtar Command is here to do. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to do our mission. Some of you in here already know that. I think a good portion of you know that you're here for more than just, to have fun on TikTok, to have fun on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're using, YouTube or whatever. We're not here to play games. We're here to do something way more important than, have 1 million people watching my show. It'd be great. I'm for it, but I don't care about that. You know, I care more about liberating the planet from where it is right now. And we have a lot of work to do. And like April said earlier, and even Jesus said it, we're the ones who have to do the work. It's not going to be our space friend, our space family that's going to do all the work for us. We are here on Earth for a purpose. And every one of you has a purpose. And each one of you has a mission. Maybe you don't know what that mission is yet, you know? And I understand it if you don't. But go within. If you meditate and go within, you'll find your mission. You really will. How many of you are meditating, focusing on your inner spirit? How many? The firmament doesn't even exist. That's just an illusion. You know, I love this thing, you know, when people say we can't get out of here. We're blocked in by an invisible firmament. No, we're not. That's all part of that 3D matrix. We can come and go as we wish, although we don't have the ability to do what our space brothers can do. How do you think the spaceships get here from other planetary systems? There's no like blocking of anything. Whoever told you that when the computers started creating internet websites, somebody created this thing, scientists or whoever created this thing, said, we can't do this, we cannot go over here. If you believe that stuff, let me tell you something, I'm going to bust your matrix. I don't care who believes in a firmament. It does not exist. It's an illusion. You know, breaking news right here on the Encounter show on Ashtar Command night. If you believe all that stuff, don't. Once we are able to be fully downloaded, and we will be, and as in the next year and a half, they have stated to April that we are going, the timeline for contact is not 2027. Time for contact is in less than a year and a half. Less than a year and a half is the time for contact. Because the Bible was written by people. Okay? Throw the Bible out the window. Don't go by the Bible for your information. Throw it out the window. Like I said, throw all these books out the window. All right? Throw them all out the window. I want you to get rid of your Bibles with the firmament and anything else you've been told by scientists that are so intelligent that went to Harvard or Stanford or MIT. I don't care what universities they went to. The one thing they don't have that I do have is cosmic understanding and knowledge that was downloaded to me when I came here to this planet. I don't need a book. I am the book. Now, Commander said he's the book. You're all the book, you see. I'm not the only book. You just haven't opened your book yet. You haven't found your book yet. When you connect with your book and you open the first chapter, you're going to know who you are. I didn't block anybody. I don't know who 007, Jumpin' 007 is. If 007 has a question, we'll answer the question. Fun day 223. So let's bring his question up. Jumpin' 007, unblock him, and we'll get his question. Oh, bad word? Okay. So fun day. So I want to know why he was blocked. No, it wasn't. We're not going to get into debate about a person. We're not going to get here on this show debating this one person. Fun day, maybe you know who that 007 is. You know, we're good with people here. His language, we don't understand his language. So if my moderators see 007, let's bring him back on and we'll take his question. We're not going to get into personalizing, we did this or we didn't do that. We don't do things on purpose here. My moderators are pretty good. It's not all English. Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to get too focused on that because we have a bigger thing here. I have plenty of mods already. I appreciate people. So Jumpin' 007 will try to answer this question. My moderator, Marinee, unblocked him. You know, we're reasonable here. Depending what he says or he or she says, she just told you I watched your show. Okay. So we're going to hear 007's question. 007, if you're there, you're unblocked. Please share your question. We'll answer it. Bobby Rocks, thank you for the roses. We try to treat people fairly here. We have good moderators, so sometimes maybe we can make a human mistake, but we have good moderators on here. That's why we don't have any problems. So 007, if you're there, welcome back. And what is your question if you're there? If you're not there, we'll take your question at another time. How come we can't see the people living on Mars? So the reason why I pray you can't see them, many of them live within the planet. When I came here from Mars, most of our population lives within the planet, like in the reversal. Like people on Earth live on the surface, but you do have the inner Earth, the Agartha network, where they live within the Earth, the hollow Earth. People on Mars live on the inner part of the planet for many years, many millions of years, because of what happened on the planet millions of years ago, where they were testing other technical, or I should say, new devices that malfunctioned. Michelle, okay. We're going to do that Saturday night. Saturday night, we'll do that, Michelle. We'll certainly have our open information sharing Saturday night, tomorrow night. How far up is Mars, Commander? How far up is Mars? I don't really that was one of the things I kept track of. I just came here from Mars, so I don't really, my focus wasn't on the how far the distance is. I do look at the planet from Earth when it shows up in the skylight, but I don't have a specific number because it's not been really too much my focus. Look on NASA and you'll see a woman and her 2 children, 5 years old, walking on Mars. Yes, there are pictures. Jay is right that there are pictures undoctored of people. Oh wow, I'm seeing the moon here. Man, the moon is really bright. I'm looking out the window, looking at the moon. That is really beautiful. But yeah, you'll see that the undoctored photos, Mars has some of them in their Mars photos of the planet, that there are humans that are walking and seen walking on the surface of Mars. Now, millions of years ago, that was not possible. But the Martian surface is now breathable. It has a blue sky like Earth, and there are people in certain sectors of Mars that walk on the surface of the planet. There's between 10 and 15 million people on Mars, Martians that live on the planet. 10 to 15 million. So because I come there, I'm downloaded with enough information to share with you about our planet Mars. And it's a beautiful planet. There are beautiful people living there. The Mars population does not live the way people on Earth do. On Mars, they live in a Christ consciousness state. They live in a state of spiritual well-being, and they are vegetarians. Jay, send me a link to that with the picture. Jay, can you send me a link? Send me a link. Here, I'm going to give you my email, Jay, about that picture with the 2 women. Send me a link to my email. I shall be right back. Okay, we are back. Sorry for that. Did I miss it? No, you didn't miss anything. You cannot. The show will be recorded for anyone who missed the beginning of the show. So if you have seen a UFO in the past and haven't seen them since, thank you for the gift. Will they come back again? If you're connected with the space people, Coco, on that spaceship, they might come back again, or you need to meditate. Remember what the ship looked like. And if you felt positive energy from the spaceship or UFO, then go through meditation in a Christed state of consciousness and learn how to communicate. Use the C5 application, which is something you can download. And when you download the C5 application, you'll know how to use the protocol for peaceful contact. See, a true goddess. Hey, true goddess. A planet's definitions are like classes, so to speak. Hey, James. Oh, you're welcome, Coco. Coco, download if you have an iPhone, download the C5 app. It's like $9.99. It's a one-time thing. Read the protocols and everything, and you'll learn quite a bit about how to do that. Commander, do you have any information about the eclipse coming up? Not really. I know the local news channel is telling people to wear certain things to watch the eclipse, but they'll just tell you that it's just, an amazing thing and you should watch it. On a spiritual cosmic level, I've not been getting anything about the eclipse in terms of anything, but I do think it's a thing that will possibly activate people. I think the eclipse is really a historic point in our time where I think it will activate people. Um, am I going to go out? I have the glasses to do it. Am I going to go out and look at the eclipse? I don't know if I think that's important or not. I'm still meditating on that. And I think many people will make their own decisions as to the eclipse. My hair is moving on its own. It might be the lighting. I don't know about my hair moving on its own. But thank you for saying that. I think I was contacted last week. Chef Ginger. Chef Ginger. We're going to follow you, Chef Ginger. Tomorrow night, if you'd like to be a guest on our show, we'll be doing our regular show. I'd love to hear your story about that. And I will actually, once I hear your story, I can help you out. And I tune into people's stories. I get information. Commander, you might have fairies in your hair. Does anybody see fairies in my hair? Because this is just basically the lighting. Are you committed, Commander? When you say committed, what do you mean committed? Robert Perry. Can you expand on that question? Hey, Noni. Good to see you. Hey, Tina. Jailed Cat says they see fairies in my head. I don't see anything. It's the green screen. Yeah, it's definitely the green screen. That's what you're saying. Now, when April's on, she has fairies. I've seen the fairies in her broadcast. Yeah, I don't have any fairies. Nope. Who knows? But I do know that I have 4 Ashtar Command personnel in my house that are protecting me. That I do know. Precious says, hell yeah, he's committed. I'm committed to the mission, if that's what you mean. Well, Commander, every single person has a fairy protector, so it might be yours. I don't see anything, but then again, I'm going by the green screen, you know. And April, did you get the little one to sleep? Did you get the little one to sleep there, April? Are they still awake? Did my 2 sisters help out at all with the little one? You are very committed to your. Oh, yes, I am. I am very committed to my work. Thank you. That's what I thought you meant, Robert. I am very committed to my work. Nervous, Commander? No. Me nervous? You kidding me? I just bust the matrix. Oh, last time she came out with eye makeup on. Oh, with the eye makeup on, she wants to look really a beautiful little one. There you go. Yeah, Jay McNary. Let me go backwards. I saw your comment about the woman with the children on Mars. I got to go back and see if you said something before that. Oh, at Jay McNary. Jay, I'm following. You could, Jay, message me on TikTok um, as well, and I'll message you back. I'd like to see those pictures. Let's see here. How do you? Robert says, "How did you bless the Matrix, Commander?" Well, I didn't. I never blessed the Matrix. I busted. I'm busting the Matrix. I never blessed the. You'll find that I don't ever bless the Matrix. I'm here to bust it. I'm here to like turn it apart. We're at 82.1 now. We need to get to 100,000 likes here. I want everyone to follow me so I can get to 100,000 followers to reach more people to get the message out. But do everyone follow each other. We're at 82.3. You have 276 beautiful people on here from all over the world. If everybody taps the buttons right now, in like 10 minutes, we can hit 100,000. That means tapping your screen. Oh, they got Easter bunnies here. That's interesting. Like I just did. As you tap your screen, everybody does it. We can do it. I like to hit everyone has to be interactive on the show, right? I'm going to bring the lighting up better here. Let's see here. What happened to the lighting? My lighting went kind of weird. Okay. This is better. Just move my camera in the studio here. Yeah, this is just a green screen. There's no fairies in my head right now. If they were pulling on my hair, that's one thing, but it's the green screen. It really is. And when the ships come, I'm so happy for the weekend. When the ships come, what is that? A picture of a ship? Oh, yeah. Here's a ship. This is a picture coming out of New York City. This is from the other day, a spaceship going over Metro New York. I have the video. I haven't put the video on here. This is a spaceship coming out of New York or over New York that someone recorded on an air flight. And let's see here. And this is what it's going to be like when we have contact. Now, this is only a rendition of what anyone else wondering why he's avoiding my question. Ghost Post, we're not avoiding your question. What is your question? Let me go back this way here. Oh, well, I have better lighting. What is your question, Ghost Post? I'll be happy to. Oh, thank you, whoever. Susan, somebody who just gave me like, send Chasing Dreams. Are they coming in 2025? Yes. April mentioned when she met with the council, they're coming, no, not 2027. They're coming in the next year and a half by 2025. So the timeline has been moved up, not moved back, but moved up. And let's see, what was that person's question? Ghost something? Ghost Post, give me your question and I will answer it. Ghost Post, this is for you. The commander is waiting to get your question. It's really weird when people say, did I see their question? I see that. And then when they're supposedly asking me a question, I don't see any question. Isn't that kind of strange? Failcap says, when's going to happen? When they show up, are we going to meet them? Yes. It's going to be a gradual thing in the next year and a half. About a year and a half for full disclosure. Yes, Alicia. So Ghost Post, whatever you're trying to type, it's not me. It's TikTok. Your question's not coming through. Silver Bug, are they on our side? Yes, they're Ashtar Command. They're on our side. These are the star people. These are our space families. These are my family. My biological father is on one of the ships. April's father and mother and her family are on the ships. My brother and two sisters are on the ship. Yes, to answer your question, why are they coming? Because it's time for contact. It's time for humans to get out of their heads and all the garbage you've been taught to believe. They're coming because they are here to help our planet. They're here to help us. our planet's going to switch over from being controlled by negative ETs to being free and having connections with our star family, our brothers and sisters. Okay. I work with the Ashtar Command. I work with the star people. I am with the Ashtar Command in human form. I'm a star seed. I've come here to bust people's belief systems. So you see the inside of the ship? Not yet. I'll be going in the next 6 months, as April stated. There are 5 of us actually in this grid system that will be physically going on the ship. We're not going to be meditating in a room together. We're not going to be going on a Merkaba. We're not going to be having a cosmic dream. We're going to be physically going on the ship. Just so people know, we're talking about really going on the ship. Oh, the photos tomorrow? Okay. I can't wait, Jay, to see those photos. I'm literally looking forward to them. And if I can, I want to show a picture of the woman with her children walking on Mars. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm glad you have those photos. So everything, if you're finding this show for the first time, this is where you want to be on Encounters. Forget everything else on YouTube and all the other TikTok stuff. We are real people that are connected with our star family, and we're real people on TikTok that are going to be going on a spaceship. Real, not fantasy world, not dreaming, not hoping, real. I don't expect you to remember, Commander, but yes, I remember seeing 2 orbs a few years ago, like yesterday. Oh, Paul Williams, I remember you. Good to see you, brother. I'm going for the first time. Tricky042. I'm going, yes, absolutely for the first time. April, who's our contact, and there's one in every grid group that will be around the world. There'll be, whether it be Asia or Japan or Scandinavia, there'll be in different areas of the world, there'll be 5 people, 4 people. There'll be one person first, and they will bring the information back to the other 3 or 4 or 5 people. So this will be my first time going on the ship. Is Elon Musk a good one? We don't deal with Elon Musk. We don't. We stay away from that. His vibes don't connect with what we're doing. Let's see here. I never saw you before, Commander. Well, Robert Perry, good that you're here. Well, now you're going to see me a lot. I've been on TikTok for the beginning of 2023. I do radio on NPR radio, 21 years on WESUFM.org, which is an NPR Pacifica radio station. I came out of the closet over 20 plus years ago, well, more than that, when I was a kid. I've had many spaceship sightings, and so this is a good place for you to be, Robert. Tips on how to bot fear the negative ETs. Noel Roberts. So the negative ETs are being booted off the planet. As April was saying earlier, and I've stated before, there's nowhere for the negative ETs to hide anymore on planet Earth. They are being taken off the planet. They're being removed. So wherever there's any negative ETs, they will be found by the command and they will be removed from Earth. And that's going to be done before contact even occurs in the next year and a half. So understand the information I'm giving you is direct, and they will be friends says, I'm also going to send you the photos again of the Ashtar Command people so they can see them. Oh, good. Did you get pictures of the council? April, were you able to take pictures around the council or no? Well, as April was saying, when she met with them, they said that the timeline when she was at the council meeting, for what they didn't exactly say why. Maybe April can answer that more than I can. April, can you tell us why the timeline has changed? I know originally I always thought it before 2023, 2027, but now the timeline has changed to be way closer. April, can you type in as to why they said the timeline has changed? I don't think I asked that question when you're on here. I am also interested. Yeah, in a year and a half. So, I know she's got the kid, the little kiddo. No, I was in my pajamas in the kitchen, Commander. Oh, okay. Do you know? Can you tell us? Did they tell you why their timeline has changed for the contact? Uh, can you mention that? And I'll hopefully get an answer for everybody. Grace also wants to know too, and we'll tell you why the timeline has changed. There's definitely a reason. The 6 months period is going to be when the fifth person, which we don't know yet, we're going to find out who that is, that we're all going to be, wherever we are, taken on the ship within 6 months. Because the earth is suffering, okay. Because the earth is suffering now more than ever, we need help, which makes sense. I mean, let's all look at it. We're all human beings. Look at our planet. We've messed it up, polluted it. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have people that are poor without food, living in cardboard boxes. We polluted our oceans. So that makes sense because the earth is suffering, and the earth is suffering. There's no way we cannot, look at our planet and say it's not suffering. Tricky0423 says, why physical going? Can you explain what you mean by why physical going? I'm not sure I understand that question. Jumpin' 007, welcome back. Oh my God, wow. Dark Skies, thank you for the gifts. We also appreciate your gifts to me. So please do so your support for what I'm doing here. Get any gift you want to do, you can do. We certainly appreciate it. Let's see here. All your gifts and whatever gifts you give is a blessing here. YT, thank you. I have hats. I have three of the hats with the mustache that I need to have people take. So we're going to change the gifting once I get those three hats taken. I'll switch to another type of gift from TikTok that people can give me. But I still have those hats. YT, thank you for the heart puff. We appreciate all your support. Everybody, we love you all. And we certainly appreciate your support. I'm going to try to get to your messages. Michelle says, we are desperate. Suri Puka says, how many people will be saved? So the planet is going to be saved. It's not so much the people. It's not just people. All life forms are going to be saved, but we are all having, Ashley, thank you. We're all going to have to do this together. Our space brothers, when we go on the ship, we're going to be getting a lot of information, all five of us, whoever the fifth person is. We're going to be given a lot of information. We might be away for, it could be a month, which is maybe 2 hours Earth time, but it'll feel like we've been away for a long time. So there's no time and space. So the relevancy of time doesn't matter. It is 6 months or 12 to 18 months. It's going to be within the next year and a half. Nell Roberts says Earth is a mess. I'm legitimately curious. Ghost Post. I do see your comment. I'm legitimately curious. Terrence, thank you for the hat. I am really feeling really very peaceful and calm. Why is that? Because everything's falling into place, everything is falling into place. Yeah, Nicholas Gordon says the Earth has been calling for help. Yes. And, understand that all planets are sentient beings. Sometimes you forget that every planet in the universe, in every single solar system, is a sentient being, just like we are sentient beings, just like the mammals, the animals, the marine life, the plants, and everything is a sentient being. Everything that promotes life is living, is a sentient being. But humans, you see, we have billions of people on this planet that don't realize that the Earth is a sentient being. Too many school shootings and killings on the Earth. Sad. Wow, he asked your question and not an answer. He asked you questions and not an answer. Okay, Funaday, I think we can pretty much hear what he's saying. You don't have to defend that person. I think they speak for themselves. So I'm seeing that Ghost Post said I'm legitimately curious. And as you're listening to Ghost Posts, you're going to get answers as I answer people's questions. You will get those answers. We have, as Mr. Sword says, we have the entire ability to end food shortages, and we just don't because of money. It's awful. And Mr. Sword, you're right on the money, brother. Thank you for the hearts. If I've been unsuccessful at the classifying my pineal gland, will I be left behind in the mass? No. So understand this. Don't get so hooked up on the pineal gland. I know people are. Just meditate. Go within. Just do your meditations. Connect with your Noel. Connect with your cosmic self. If you do that, that's your connection to our space brothers and sisters in Christ consciousness. There are many different ways to activate yourself. So you're not going to be left behind. No one is. Everyone's going to be connected. Everyone's going to be contacted in time. Yeah, just to access the inner meditation, Noel, will help you a lot. Let's see here. Hey, Alcove, good night. You take care. Hey, Jersey for Life, good to see you. I am trying to not miss your questions. I'm scrolling slowly here. Michelle says, me too. Feeling good. I'm on the right path. You are. I sent you a message. I'll get to that after, Jay. I get off the thing here. I sent you a message. Good. I will look at that after I end my broadcast. Mr. Sword says consciousness on a higher level, ultra low vibration through longer periods of time. Everything has consciousness. SML Lake. Michelle says he's doing his best. I am reading comments here, so relax. For some people that say, well, you didn't read my question, that's your human consciousness talking out of you. Relax, chill out, take a deep breath. It's all good. Let's see here. Age, Chef Ginger says, age, you said something about age of the other day and didn't finish the sentence. Okay, I think maybe about the aging process, Chef Ginger. It could be about the aging process. So if that's what it is, and I don't remember, I'd have to go back to my show on YouTube. But if you want to talk about aging processes, age is really pretty much an illusion. The only reason people age is because the mental condition of the brain controls the aging process. When you take control of the brain, you can adjust the aging process of the human body. But most people, billions of them, allow the mind to tell you that you're going to age only because it's been projected into your consciousness since birth. As you get older, go to school, every year you have an age, a physical number age, and then you physically age. Now, me, I don't operate in that method of belief system. I control my mind, and I tell my mind I will not age, and therefore I control the aging process. I believe that's what you're referring to. Let's see here. Timeline has been pushed out. Why? Time is imperative. It's imperative that the timeline has been, as I said earlier, the reason why they upped the timeline is because of our planet's a really big mess. So it's imperative that we now understand in the word imperative that we've messed up our planet. They can't wait to make contact 10 years, 20 years down the road. And I will say this to everybody out there. If you're not ready for contact, you better get your act together right now. I'm telling you, you better get your act together. You better get out of your head. Your head's going to mess you up. This planet is definitely in a mess. And we're the ones who have to be the ones to straighten it out. Yes, we are going to get help, but we are the ones that have to do the work. You know, we are the ones. We have to be the stewards of our own planet. No other star being from another planet is going to be the stewards for our planet. We have to take care of our planet, our Mother Earth, right? And if we don't take care of our Mother Earth, it's just not going to be the planet that we wish it to be. We have to be proactive. So yeah, we're kind of out of time. And when I say that, and I'm answering Grace's question, we are out of time in this timeline. Everything has an Earth-based has a timeline. Off planet, there's no timeline. On Earth, there is a timeline. They know our timeline. Our timeline is now. It's not a matter of like 20 years from now or 100 years from now. It's going to happen now. Whether you're ready or not for it, here it comes. Wake up, folks. It's coming. And I'm saying it loud and clear to everybody on this show. It's coming. You're all beautiful people, but you got to make sure you're prepared. Go within, meditate, understand it. You know, when I get out there, I'm so happy that the spring is here, so I can grow organically grapes and watermelons and strawberries. Things that I know that I'm actually helping the planet by doing that. And if we can help do that everywhere, if we can have community gardens all over the world where people grow food, instead of polluting our atmosphere and our waters and everything, there's so many things we can do to make this planet a beautiful place. But we have to stop blowing the earth up with bombs and killing people, We've been doing that for billions of years. We're not the first civilization to be in that situation. We just have more modern weapons to do it with, right? I'm going to go down and read some of the comments here. Let's see. Jay, I will get to your message after the broadcast. Will they be living with us? Yes, they will. There are already some that are on the planet physically from the ships, and they will be for a time living with us, but they will help us. Jay, I don't think Jay's seeing me. I'm gonna send her a comment. I don't think she's seeing my response or hearing it. I will read it. Are some people not seeing my comment after the show? It could be that she can't see or she can't hear me. That's really weird. I just sent her a comment. I hope she sees the lost century. Interesting. We'll have to check that out. Whoops. Okay, why am I missing some of the? We're going to get to some of the other. I'm really trying my best to read all your comments. Would be cool. See our ancestors. Zoom says. It's almost 1:30 in the morning. Would be cool. We're going to close the broadcast down in a few minutes here. I want to thank all of you. We've reached over 105 people, 105 likes. Everyone follow each other. I really appreciate. Hey, Jesus, Romans 8:39-39. Welcome to the show, Jesus. That's interesting. You're able to get that as your name on TikTok. You think there'd be like 1,000 people with that name. Chef Ginger, thank you. Chef Ginger, we want to interview tomorrow night. Yeah, that's right. I know, like Zoom, like I'm laughing too. Jesus is here. I love you all. You know that. The commander does love you all. And next Friday night, we'll have another Ashtar Command Q&A. And understand, be patient. If I missed you and I didn't see your sentence or your question, it's not because I don't care. I might be in a mode of bringing forth a message and I'm really tuned into what I'm saying. So therefore, I don't see what you're saying. Okay. Jenny, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're going to do some last-minute gifting for my show. So if you wish to send me a gift now, I would certainly appreciate it. I'm still, we have 2 more hats to go with the mustache. I need 2 people to do that, and I'm going to set up a new gifting thing in just a moment. So if you want to do gifting now, please do. Please subscribe to my TikTok. I really appreciate that too, Teddy. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the gifts. If you don't have TikTok gifts, that's fine. If you don't have ability to support us that way, that's fine. We wish you to be here anyway. We want you to be here. I'm going to change the thing here. And we're setting up a new gift, which is going to be, oh, this will be good. I'm setting up, oh, what happened here? All right, so I just set it right now, and I just confirmed it. So now I'm pinning my goal for the cowboy hat. So I've added something. I know people love this hat. So when you see this hat, you're going to say, I'm going to give Commander that disco hat, that whatever kind of hat that is, that like white looking hat, cowboy hat. So we need 8 cowboy hats. You see it on the screen. I need 8 people out of 268 or 260 who have TikTok coins, if you have enough, to please show your support for what I do by doing that as well. And that's been posted. The golden star is to become a subscriber. So please become a subscriber to what I do here on Encounters. And let me go backwards here. Okay. So please become a subscriber to Encounters, to what I do here. We certainly would appreciate it. And our show's on pretty much nightly. Karen, thank you. Karen82. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm the man from Mars, CmdrAleon. I also work with the Ashtar Galactic Command, or Ashtar Command, and I've been sent to Earth to bust the Matrix. And they're watching the show right now on the ship. They're watching my show. They monitored my show. Believe it or not, they do. Paul Williams, love and light to you too, brother. So we have 7 more hats to go. I want to get 7 more people with TikTok coinage to go to the hat of the 7 left. And who's going to be the next person? We have 248 beautiful people here. Some of you watching our show for the first time, I get it. But once you start watching this show, you're going to be addicted to it. The number 1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. And every Friday night, we have contact with the Ashtar Command. And we do Q&A. How do I send a gift? You just go to your TikTok thing where it says gifts, and you'll see the hat that I have here. You can send any gift you want of your own. But if you see the hat, I've pinned it, and you can do anything you want. The hat is like 199 coins. So it goes by coins. So on your TikTok, you can see that. Thank you, Paul. So if you're not used to doing the TikTok gifts, but you have TikTok coins, look at your TikTok, and there's a gifting area, and you can choose any gift you want. Are actually good. I don't assume everybody knows about the gifting area on TikTok, but it does exist if you have coins. So as you add more stuff into getting coins, then you can gift people to show your support. Well, it's now about 1:30, and I want to thank again everybody for joining us. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. I'll be on Saturday night at around 11, and we'll get into your interviews, your UFO encounters, if you've had any visitations, have seen fairies, mer people, the whole thing. How do you get coins? You have to purchase them through your account. Like whatever bank account you have, you get the coins, take money out of your account, it goes to TikTok, and that's how you get your coins. I don't know the exact science to that, but I think that's the way or PayPal or something. You can go through PayPal to do it. Digital money, yeah. Yep. All right, folks. I hope you all have a good weekend. Be blessed. We'll see you tomorrow night. This has been Encounters. Yeah, you buy them from the TikTok shop. Thank you. I'm so remotely removed from how that works. The TikTok shop. That's where you buy them. TikTok shop. There you go. All right, folks. Brothers and sisters, you're a blessing. All the new people, welcome. I'm glad you found my show. You can watch us tomorrow night at 11 here on TikTok with Encounters, the number 1 show, UFO spiritual show on social media. Take care, everybody. Be blessed. Have a good weekend. and lighten up the planet.